What's up, team? What's up, team? We're going to do something a little different this morning. Since I don't often share my mobility routine, we're going to go ahead and do what's called my morning flow or your morning flow. And basically, what this is, I'm just going to share how I move through a mobility flow. I generally have tight hips, so there's going to be a lot of hip stuff. And then we're going to go right into a quick little workout. And this flow slash workout is something that you can do at home or take on the road or just do it every morning and go into the gym later in the afternoon and do your barbell stuff. Really, this is just a movement practice. Perfect if you're in a hotel. I think it's best never to stress over, where can I go for a run? What's the gym like? Just do this and just maintain. Anyway, all right, so let's get right into it. My morning flow. So I like to start pretty lazy, and I will just start right down on my belly. And all I'm trying to do is feel my low back and my hips relax and elongate. Trying to get my spine to just kind of stretch out a little bit. And then I'm going to bring my hands by my side, toes straight back, and I'm actually going to push forward and up. And repeat. So again, I'm kind of pushing the ground back a little bit so I can stretch my low spine, elongate it, and flex it up or extend it up. Trying to keep my hips on the ground and just get movement through my lumbar. Remembering to breathe. And relax. We're not trying to tense up during any of this. We're trying to relax our muscles. It's all passive stretching right now. All right. Back down. And you can spend as long as you want on any of these stretches, but for the sake of your time, I'm going to move pretty quick through all of them. Next up, I'm going to bring my heel towards my butt, and I'm going to grab, and I'm going to stretch my quad, but I will feel this in my hips as well. And a lot of times, it'll give me a bit of a hip adjustment. You should be able to get your heel to your butt. Now, you don't want to just tear it down there, but if you can't, your quads may be tight, and tightness in one area a lot of times is pain in another area. I'm going to bring my arm up and twist a little bit to my side and push my heel towards the outside of my hip. And this just creates a different sort of stretch through almost through the groin, but through the inside of my hip. Like the way this feels. It's where I tend to get tight. Right through that sacrum joint there. This really hits that SI, the SI joint. Now, we're going to switch sides. Remember, intentionally trying to relax. My quads are pretty tight. We've been doing some pretty high volume, lightweight, but high volume training lately. And this heel is barely wanting to get to the butt. Trying to keep it moving. All right, and just shake it, just kind of take turns putting the front of your pelvis down to the ground. I like that. It gives me sometimes it gives me a little adjustment if I need it. A little pop, not this morning, so it's good. Just create some movement through each hip. All right, let's go back up one more time. All right, now we're going to bring it up onto all fours. And this should be like a table, right? Shoulders over wrists, hip over knees. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one arm and I'm just going to reach it through. Settle down, just reach across and feel stretch through your hip, through your upper torso. Try and keep your hips somewhat square to the ground, but you can move them around a little bit. Try and find a corner if anything is tight. I have chronic right hip pain. It's never high on the pain scale. It's just always kind of there nagging. And so keeping it moving is usually the best thing to do. So we're going to go down, reach across, reach up. And that's pretty poor range of motion there. But that's why we're doing this. I'm a little stiff through the shoulders. Through the hip. Try to open it up a little bit more. And you can, again, repeat that 5 to 10 times. Let's go ahead and get the other side. Big breaths. Ooh. Oh. Let's sit back for a second. You should be able to sit your butt on your heels, if not between your heels. A lot of times this stretch right here will feel really nice. Kind of self-explanatory. Always just shifting a little bit, trying to hit the corners of my hips, give things a chance to move and adjust if they need to. Actually pretty good so far this morning. Over here. All right, let's do some cat cows, cat camels. So, cat would be, like a scared cat, right? The hair standing up on your back. Tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis. Put that spine into the flexed position. Then we're going to rotate, chin up, pelvis down. Put the spine in the arch position. You can rock a little bit. Let's just repeat that 5 times. The rocking kind of just helps stretch and put pressure on different areas. I really like to take my time with these. Kind of rotate a little bit. Again, I'm always kind of rocking and shifting, trying to move things back into place if they're out of place. This right low rib gets out of place for me. I'm sure that has some connection to my right hip. All right, we're going to keep moving. I'll stay at this angle here. I'm going to bring my left foot up by my left hand. Go ahead and put your left hand on your left knee. Keep your right hand down. And the majority of what we're trying to get is a stretch through this hip flexor here. Just keep that knee down. Keep pushing that hip forward. But I like to get pretty far forward too. How well you can see it, and get a pretty good stretch through the ankle here. So letting this knee travel forward. It's a passive stretch at this point. So just, use the ground, use your knee for support. Relax and breathe. Wiggle a little. All right, and then switch sides. Ooh, reset that hip a little bit. Pay attention, To me, it's pretty obvious that this right side is dysfunctional. I just know that through some tenderness in my hip that I've been talking about. That's kind of chronically there. But look, you can't see it, but I have some stiffness. I have less mobility in my right ankle than I have in my left ankle. So I think there's some connection there. Probably. Things to work on. Be aware of your body. All right, bring it back. We're going to put the left leg back out. This time sitting back a little further. Let our hips sink. Big breath, interlock our fingers. And we're going to stretch overhead. Try and relax, really feel that stretch through your hip flexor. Yeah. I feel it in my groin, so I'm kind of leaning into it right now. Feels good. I can stay here all day. I'm really hitting where I need to. But for the sake of this video, we're going to keep moving. Yeah. Man, it's that hip flexor. That's what it is. Switch sides. Settle down into it. This side's money. Absolutely no issues. A lot of times, even if I'm not feeling any pain or issues, I'll just replicate on my left side whatever I do on the right side just for symmetry. I don't know if there's any science behind that, to be honest, but it satisfies my OCD. And this right ankle is stiff. Don't like that. All right. What we're going to do next, you come on a little bit of an angle. Come back out with that left foot. And this time, we're going to bring our knee down. All right. But so if you have really good mobility, this foot can kind of stay out at 90 degrees. Mine's not so great. But what's more important is I want to keep this hip square to the ground, right? So I don't want to be completely opened up like I'm doing now. So I can't get it with my foot out, so bring it in a little bit. But I'm turning chest towards the knee, hip towards the ground. It's going to be a really big stretch to this back hip, back glute. And I'm just going to bring my sternum towards my knee and just try and relax. It's okay if you have to adjust a few times to get that feeling. Trying to get the hip towards the ground, sternum towards the knee. It's okay if you can't do it perfect today. All right, so this just feels great right now, right through my hip. This is a little extra. Again, if I feel something, I just move. That's okay. If you felt nothing, you should be here, just relaxing. Stretch through the glute. All right, so I know I said not to bring that hip up, but this is just a part of moving. I'm finding something right now. I'm discovering there's no wrong way to stretch. Well, maybe, but not when you're just moving like this. Maybe if you do like super aggressive ballistic stretching, that could be problematic. All right, let's keep moving. this. I need to pull it on this side. That feels good. That's how it's supposed to feel. Really, if you're doing it right, you're getting into that glute there on the side. Remember to breathe deep. You should feel your belly expand when you take a big breath. Just moving through those hips. All right, let's go ahead and bring it into a straddle stretch. As far as you can go, with your knees, back of your knees still down on the ground. Couple big breaths. And when I mean big, I just mean intentionally. Ooh, burp. Let your belly fill. Slow, relaxed, full breaths. You can get into some nose breathing, deep nose breathing, that would be good. So now we're going to reach down. Oh, yeah, that feels great. Through the hamstring, through this opposite hip. Yeah, very tight. So there's a debate on stretching before you work out. And short answer is, yeah, if you're trying to maximize your weight, your strength potential for the day, you probably don't want to spend too much time static stretching. You want to just do a good warm up where your muscles are actually warm. They've moved through the full range of motion that they need to move through, and go. But with that said, you do need to stretch. You need to mobilize and do some passive movement through full range of motion like this, just to relax, reset, readjust, reset your nervous system, get to the parasympathetic state. And you got to do that when you can. So if it's a morning routine and you lift later, I think that's totally fine. Now, if you were going to do a heavy lift right off the bat in the morning, maybe you're a morning lifter, maybe you make this an evening routine. That's totally fine as well. But not doing mobility, movement flows, because it doesn't fit in with your workout schedule is not an excuse. You do not have to do this in the gym. It's probably better not to, actually. Your hour in the gym's precious, so a waste of stretching. Not for long, anyway. All right. Ooh, back up to center. Reset. Switch sides. Yeah, I really don't make a big deal. We kind of do a cool down stretch after workouts, and I don't really make a big deal about stretching in the gym because most people aren't paying to stretch. They want to get stronger, they want to breathe. An hour is really not a lot of time. And maybe I should have made this video a while ago, but I do think most people, if you just sat down and tried, stretching is pretty intuitive. And so the biggest part is just saying, I'm going to put aside 10 minutes and dedicate to stretching. Usually, especially if something's feeling tight, you're gonna find ways to hit that muscle. And if you have like even just a basic idea of your body, you're not going to move it in a way that's dangerous. If you want, you can reach overhead and really get it stretched to the side here. That feels great. Oh, reset. Yeah, I felt that. Oh, let's go down the center here. Breathe deep. Just move. Oh, right. Something pinching. I don't. It's hard to say what that is. Move through it. Don't be afraid of pain. If you have a lot of anxiety about pain, it'll actually make pain worse. You can move through pain. I mean, now use good judgment, don't move through 10 out of 10, right? Don't go walking on a fractured leg or any compound fracture or anything like that. But guys, a little tweak, little twinge, it's probably just a tight muscle spasming up a little bit on you. If you keep moving through it, gives it the signal that it's actually okay. Take your time getting out stretches as well. All right, let's actually lean back. We're going to pull one knee up towards the chest. Get a good stretch. Just work different angles of the glute. So kind of pulling the knee across the chest, then towards the outside. Always working that hip. It's a big ball and socket, so there's a lot of different planes of motion that hip can go through. Now we're going to put our arm out. We're going to bring it across. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Remember to relax. Big breath, belly breath. Try to keep this shoulder on the ground. Get this knee to the floor. Take your time. Uh-oh, Lincoln's crying. What's he crying about? Darn, that feels good. I can stay there all day. This is just me moving. Finding a little tenderness. Feels really good. Again, my right hip is the problem. So if I feel something, I just go with it. This feels great right here. Don't ask me why. Nobody cares why. Just do it if it feels good. Oh. Give it a try yourself. See what I mean. Really just extending my leg out and down, out of the socket. You know, I'm on my feet all day. And my legs are constantly getting jammed up, right? Supporting my weight. Really, I don't have any way to pull on my leg right now, but kind of just, this allows me to shoot my leg down. That felt great. Oh, okay. Switch sides. I don't probably need to spend as much time on this side as this hip feels nice always. I don't even hardly feel a stretch.
Hey.
All right.
Is he eating anything but goldfish this morning?
No.
They give you up pancakes? You want pancakes? No. With strawberries?
All right, let's do a quick little glute bridge. Squeeze the glutes. Good contraction. Help reset those hips, hip flexors, get them active a little bit. Get them out of spasm. Reach up. Nice. So from here, take it to the feet. Do a little bit more of an active stretch. So we're going to do about feet about shoulder width. We're going to come down, elbows inside the knees.
Okay, no more. No more.
And push those knees out. Keep our heels flat on the ground, shoulders back. And sit upright. I call this the squat stretch, or sometimes I like to call it the prayer stretch, but I think the prayer stretch, well, I have two prayer stretches. But I do that, call it this one that. Obviously, because of the hands. Maybe I should call this prayer hands, and the other one prayer stretch, where it's more like bowing to Mecca or whatever, wherever you're bowing to. But now we're just trying to focus on a nice deep squat. You can rock a little bit, stretch the ankles, groin, stretch the groin, focus on posture. All right, now we're going to grab the toes, stand up. Call these bootstraps, or if you're in the military, they're called monkey fuckers. Apologize for the language. Come down. 1, 2, 3, 4. As usual. 5. You can do it, probably do at least 10. As many as you want, though. All right, a couple more. This one is better with the PVC, but you stagger the stance a little bit. Hinge at the hips. So this knee's a little bit out in front. Hinge at the hips. And you're going to stretch up. Getting a stretch again through that hip. Repeat on the other side. Or similar stretch. Leg back. Like we were stretching earlier. Arm down. Reach across. It's nice. This is just a more active version of that stretch. And up. Oh, and I feel it here, so I'm going to hang out for a second. But we'd like to do that for reps. Ten per side. All right, that's pretty much it. After that, you could just focus on whatever you feel like you need to focus on, or get a little bit more specific. When I was a kid, I could actually do a straddle. I'd like to get that back. But always just keep moving. If you're going overhead, do the PVC pass-throughs. I posted that in another video.
I like to call this the Michael Phelps. Try and just relax everything. Get a little
internal rotation, pop the shoulders. Really, it's infinite, but that's the basics of my morning flow. It was already about 40 minutes. Ooh, so if you have time, we're going to do now, set a clock for 15 minutes and essentially AMRAP as many reps as possible, but in a good rhythm of air squats. 100, 200, 300, depends how you feel. So let's see, 45, I can do it. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do it. 10 seconds. Oh. I had a clock, but I guess the sound's off. Stand by. Let's try that again.
Three.
There we go.
2, 1, go.
Should be nice and loose for these squats now.
Three, 2, 1, go. Three, 2, 1, go. Three, 2, 1, go.
Good pace. Pace for 300.
if you touch the ground with arms hanging, it's usually pretty good depth, but everybody's arm length is a little different.
Three, two, one, go. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 3, 2, 1, go. Three, two, one, go. Three, two, one, go. Three, two, one, go. Three, two, one, go.
out. Yeah, buddy. If that ain't the truth, I don't know what is. There's your 1 hour morning flow. Do that the rest of your life. Be the healthiest cat I know. Oh, it's a poem. All right, y'all. Peace.